How do you stay human in a world that treats you like garbage? Gachiakuta is not your average anime. In just 2 episodes, it delivered emotional betrayal, brutal injustice, and a world that's literally built on trash. The anime starts with a broken toy. A girl tosses it aside, and from the shadows, Rudo, a boy from the slums, watching it, and later he sneaks into the noble's trash vault to scavenge scraps and discarded toys. He's spotted by the guards who don't question, but shoot on sight, and Rudo barely escapes with his life. Next, we see Regto, Rudo's father figure. He hears about the incident and heads toward the slums, separated by a wall. The city is divided, nobles on one side of the wall, whereas slum dwellers on the other. This reminds me of 86, Attack on Titan, and Kabaneri. Except here, it's not titans and machines, but status. Later, we see Rudo with Chiwa, the girl he secretly likes, and some local kids call him the son of a murderer. Chiwa's mother calls her away, and we hear her whisper, "Stay away from that kid." Rudo is back home with Regto, who tells him they're family. He bandages the wound Rudo got from the guards, and we see a flashback where Regto gives him gloves to hide his burned hands. "Go give Chiwa that toy and tell her how you feel," Regto says, and Rudo feels awkward. Next, we see a soft, warm moment between Rudo and Chiwa. And when Rudo returns, everything is broken. Regto has been stabbed, he is bleeding, and a person is sitting right above his chest. Rudo tries to save, and darkness spreads in front of his eyes. Regto tells him to run, but it is too late. The guards arrive, and without question, arrest Rudo for the murder. The scene cut to Rudo hanging over the pit, a place where criminals are dropped to die. The crowd chants, and in the crowd is Chiwa. Rudo begs her to believe him, but she doesn't. "You're the son of a murderer." She drops the toy he gave her and walks away. And just before Rudo falls, he sees the real killer, but it's too late now. Episode 1 ends just when he opens his eyes after fall. He wakes up in a trash-filled wasteland, crawling with monstrous creatures born from waste. He is alone and bleeding. He fights, and it is too difficult for him to breathe there, and he is almost dying when he's saved by a strange, masked man who gives him a mask and fights waste creatures using strange powers, which reminds me of Earl from D. Grayman. Rudo asks, "Who are you? What is this place? How do I go back? What was that power you used?" He smiles and tells him that his name is Engine, and he is a cleaner. This isn't underground, it's the ground. You came from the sky, and we call it sphere. At this moment, I recalled Plunderer and World End animes. Engine tosses Rudo to a group of underground villagers, and things go dark. They treat him like livestock, mocking him as a spherite. To them, Rudo is from the world that rains trash on their lives, killing their people, poisoning their air. They plan to sell his eyes, kidneys, even more money since he's alive. One tries to feed him rotten food. Rudo bites his fingers off and eats the rest of the meal, saying it's still edible food. That's when it happens. Scrap metal rises. His blood boils, his rage becomes power, and suddenly a red light surrounds him. Chains, pipes, trash, everything is flying like blades. We see a flashback of Regto, and he becomes a giver with multiple object control. He's about to kill people until Engine steps in. The moment fades. He asks Engine what happened. And Engine offers him a deal. "Join the cleaners. I'll give you answers." Rudo simply says, "I'd rather not." And that's where episode 2 ends. Gachiakuta is dark, dirty, and devastating anime. If you love the pain of Tokyo Ghoul, the power systems of JJK, and the world building of Plunderer, this is the anime you can't afford to miss. In just 2 episodes, this anime not just connected us emotionally, but it gave us some anime fights to while maintaining the balance between slice of life and action thriller. During these episodes, almost 6 to 7 other animes surfaced my mind, and I am just waiting for what comes next. Hit that subscribe for more deep dives, breakdowns, and anime that hit hard. See you in the next video, and remember, even trash has value. Take care.